Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Hello? Testing, testing. Hey, let's see. Oh, where's my other phone? I need my phone to see chat. Ooh, hold on. I gotta find it. Alright. Well, okay, well, usually I can see chat in OBS, but I don't think I... Okay. Settings, maybe? Hold on. Well... Oh. Uh-huh. Give me a moment. I'm still figuring everything out on my phone, plus my phone's been acting kind of dumb lately. Output. Well, yeah, I know that. I'm just trying to figure out why I cannot see chat and I... Okay, phone. All I ask is if you stop acting dumb. Okay, let's go to Twitch. Hopefully I don't need to re-sign in to it on my phone. Because that would totally suck for me. But it looks like I might have to. So, bear with me. Alright. Ooh. Yes, please. Oh, yeah, I gotta re-sign in. Oh, the pain. Hold on, I gotta go. Phone, you better be grateful I love you. Okay. Now let me go to here to change the title. Because I don't think I can change the title on here. Then again, I haven't used OBS since my first trial of it. Alright, change the title, please. For the love of God, let me change the title. Stream time. OBS testing slash rise of. Hold on, I gotta zoom out of this. Ignore what you're seeing. Because I've been wanting to do this. What chapter is this one? Blue Pearl? Yeah, prologue. Okay, I don't need more tags. Hopefully it stays right there. Age rating of rise of. Oh, nope, okay, it's not staying there. Oh, maybe I should have locked it. Oh well, that's fine. It's not like you guys are gonna see anything info worthy. Why this book is amazing and great addition to the Avatar: The Last Airbender. It must be mentioned that while being original series on Nickelodeon is for safe for kids around the 9 to 10 years old. The Rise of Kyoshi is absolutely not for that kids that age. Okay then. Good to know. So, let's go with that. Let's go with that. I have no idea what I put in a category, so I'm just gonna say reading out loud. You know what? Chatting. Chatting seems like a great excuse. Right? Let me also copy that. Save. Go to here. I like how's it still going the quarry right there. Okay, let me go to OBS real quick to see if I can cancel all that. See if I can make this tad bit. There we go. So you guys don't see that bar up there. You know, you're not wrong, Hobo. I just finally got a chance to see chat, so give me a moment. I gotta send the link to my Discord. Let me know if I'm too loud. I think I'm grateful I actually got OBS to work. It could be kind of great. Come on, phone. Please don't be an ass. Oh, wait, I think I know how I can do this. Lock it. Yes! Okay, I think I figured it out. I can also just do this.
Funny how that works.
Nope, it did not lock. Hold on. Hold
I
on.
think you fucker, wasn't he?
Try it now. Nope, it still didn't lock. You know what? It's fine. You guys can just watch me. Why don't I report myself? There. I don't know why it did not lock. I might be doing something wrong. Whoopsies. Okay, ba-ra-da-da-ra-da-da. Okay, rules. Announcement. Don't hit enter too fast. I've never been so grateful I had a computer, because okay, this makes things so much easier to just set the links. Okay, I gotta switch phones again, because this one's about to die. Okay. Oh, sorry, Chico. Ah! Why don't I get my headsets tangled? Okay, I gotta remember what Discord groups I'm in that allows me to send stream links. My brain is working overdrive. Oh, right here. You know what? I can also just make sense if I just copy and fucking paste that. And then go to here. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, well, I'm doing this like 6 in the morning. Why don't I just do this? Gotta love that. Oh, excuse me. I'm still kind of recovering from eating the hot wing. Oh, I want to use music in this too, but I don't know how to add music. Ooh. I gotta also be careful which type of music, because some of them are copyrighted. I mean, there are free DMCA ones, but still. Do I? Hold on, I want to try using YouTube. Hold on. Let me try YouTube real quick. Ignore what you see. I trust you. um, free DMCA avatar music. Maybe I should have been really specific. Pokemon? Pokemon. Hold on, I'm trying to find the right thing for this. As I will get Twitch back up. Sorry. I am excited I got this to work. At least I think I did. It's not every day you get something to work. Okay. Might be better if I just... You know what, it's fine. Okay, I got my horrible phone. There we go. So, hopefully I can see the messages. I mean, that's not the right one. I'm not on Pandora. Avatar, the last airbender. I forgot the the. I forgot the the. Trying to think which one would be perfect. Don't know if you guys be able to hear it, because I don't want to go too loud. A slight echo. Hold on. Hold on, let's see if I can fix it. Audio. Okay. How's it now? Let's go that way, please. That's what very much I'm looking at. Free DM. My phone is like at super low. I'm just trying to find ones that are not so epic. It's just chilling. Let's go with this one. The Peace Within. Let me know if it comes through. Ooh, that's kind of loud on my end. Oh, that's a little better. Well, that's good, but can you hear the music? I need to turn it down a little bit more. And then turn the volume down on the computer. Okay, let's go back to here. Pause it. Okay, cool. And then let's go back to here. Let's get this done. I will say this now. I turn it down as enough as I can. Let me get off the Xbox Twitch real quick. Because I had to make sure. Alright, let's shut my... Oh, no, kitty! No, get off that! I forgot kitties love claiming on laptops. There you go, Littlefoot. I mean, it's as low as I can get it. If it's still too loud, then you gotta turn it down on your end. I will say this only once, that I struggle with reading. Especially when it comes to certain words. I also have a tendency of reading too fast. So, if I'm reading too fast, it might make sense if I just, like, push that back a little bit. Let me, also, can I loop this? No? Shoot. I might need to find the, Peace of Mind, 1 hour. Hold on. Peace of Mind. Oh, there's peace. No, it doesn't. Well, I make do. So the music changed suddenly. Oh, ads, why?
It's time to start my second life. The farming life that I wished for.
Yeah, cool. No one cares. Anyway. The prologue. The test. Okay, now, yeah, here comes the hard part. Yokoya Port was a town easy to overlook. Situated on the edge of a whale tail strut. Strut? Sounds right. It could only have been a major restocking point for ships, leaving one of the many harbors that supplied Omashu. Okay, that's fine. Let me put my right there. But the strong, reliable, prevailing winds that made it too easy and cost effective for southbound merchants to cruise right past it and reaching Simson Big Island in a straight shot. Might also help if I also highlighted for people where I'm reading. Jinsu wondered if the local wondered if the locals knew or cared the ships laden with riches sailed 10,000 li close by. Why they were stuck elbows deep in the cavity of another elephant, koi. Only a quirk of a fate and weather keeps pile of gold, spices, precious books, and scrolls from landing on their doorstep. Instead, their lot was fish guts and a wealth of mauls and gills. I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like cool and food for the people. The landward side was even less promising. The soil of the peninsula grew thin and rocky as they extended further into the sea. It had disturbed Jinsu to see crop fields so meager and balding as he rolled through the countryside into a town for the first time. The farmland lacked the wild, volcanic absence of the Makapu Valley, or the carefully ordered, productively abundant outer ring, where growth bent to exciting. Ugh. Wait, hold on. Is there like anything that could read this out loud for me? Speech? Oh, it's acting. That makes more sense. Accepting will of the king's planners. Here, a farmer... Oh, hold on. A farmer would have to be grateful for whatever substance... Oh my god. Please tell me I'm reading this correctly. Reading is so hard, guys. Oh, whatever substance they could pull from the dirt. Oh, why am I also doing that? Let me check his name, see if I'm pronouncing his name right. Jiansu. I mean, it's close. Anyway. Here's a farmer would have to be grateful for whatever substance they could pull from the dirt. Okay. The settlement lay at the intersection of 3 different nations, earth, air, and water. And yet, none had ever laid much claim to it. The conflicts of the outside world had little impact on the daily life for the Yokoyans. To them, the... Why am I having a hard time reading certain words when my brain knows what they are? The ravages of the Yellow Neck uprising in the deep interior of the Earth Kingdom were a less interesting story than the wayward fine bison that had gotten loose from the Air Temple. And knocked the thatching off a few roofs last week. Despite being seagoers, they probably couldn't name any of the dreaded pirate leaders carving up the eastern waters in open defiance of the Ba Sensei Navy. All in all, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Yokogawa Port might not have been on the map, which meant for Jinsu and Kisong, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let me see. Oh, Kelsang's desperate, sacrilegious little experiment. It was perfect. Whoops. Ah, no, I did not need a... Woo, I'm having technical difficulties already. Jingsu treaded uphill in the wet, mucky snowfall, his neck prickling from the bundle straw cloak around his shoulders. He passed the wooden pillar that marked the spiritual center of the village without sparing it a glance. There was nothing on the sides or on top of it. It was just a bare log driven upward into the ground of circular courtyard. It wasn't carved with any decorations, which seemed lazy for a town where nearly every adult had a working knowledge of carpentry. Okay, I haven't really decided what voice I'm going to use for him, so I'm just going to do this in my best, I guess, dude voice. There. The post grudgingly said to any nearby spirit. Hope you're happy. If I didn't sound like a male, then, oh well. I'm just gonna read. The weathered houses line the board, a rotted avenue, poking stiffly into the air like a spear point. His destination was a large two-story meeting hall. At the end, Kelsang had set up a shop there yesterday, saying he needed as much floor space as possible for the test. He also claimed that the location enjoyed some conspicuous wind currents, using a very solemn and holy method of licking his fingers and holding up in the air. That sounds like a dumb way to tell the weather. Then again, for those who do know that who K-Song is, he's an airbender. With other help, Jingsu sent a quick prayer to the guardians of the divine log as he pulled off his snow boots. Whoa. Oh, come. Okay, please. Okay, I don't need my dictionary up. Thank you. You know, that'd be lovely. Laid them on the porch and ducked through the door curtains. The interior of the hall was surprisingly large, with far corners draped in shadow, and thick planked walls cut from where must have been truly massive trees. The air smelled of resin. 10 very long, very faded yellow cloths stretched across the wooden floorboards. A row of toys lay on each, evenly spaced, like a seedbed. A bison whistle. A wicker ball. I don't know where wicked came from. A misshapen blob that might have been a stuffed turtle duck. A coiled whalebone spring one of those flappy drums that made noise as you spun it back and forth between your palms. The toys look as worn and beaten as the outside of this building. Rip. Song knelt at the far end of the cloths.
Your word is formaldehyde.
Oh, okay, fuck you, ads.
As you're sitting in your bed.
This is perfect. Alright. King Song knelt at the far end of the cloth. The airbender monk was busy placing more knickknacks with carefulness and precision that rivaled a acupuncturist setting their needles. As if it mattered whether the miniature boat sailed east or west, he stayed on his hands and knees, shuffling his great bulk sideways. His billowing orange robes and wiry black beard hang so low they made a sweep over the floor that had already been scrubbed clean. That's one way to say he has a broom for a beard. I didn't know there were so many toys, Jinsei said to his old friend. He spotted a large white marble that looked too close to the edge of the fabric, and with a graceful extension of his wrist, levitated with herb bending in front of Taesung. It hovered like a fly, waited for his attention. Oh, okay, I need to really stop hitting double click. Kingston didn't look up as he plucked the marble out of the air and put it right back where it had started. There's thousands. I asked you to help, but you wouldn't do it right. Jinsu had heard at that statement. At this point, they were well past doing it right. How did you change Abbott? George, oh, you know what? Come on, oh, god damn it. Stop it. Abbot George's, that sounds funny, Abbot George's mind about giving you the relic, he asked. The same way you convinced Liu Beifong to let us administrate the Iron Aeromat test in the Earth cycle, King Song said calmly as he recentered its wooden top. Straight up, I didn't. Like a certain friend of theirs from the Water Tribe always said, it was better to ask for forgiveness than wait for permission. And as far as Jinshu was concerned, the time for waiting had long since passed. When Avatar Kurtuk, you know what? Speech! Oh, Kirik? That sounds not what it sounds right, but okay. When Avatar Kurik, the keeper of balance and peace in the world, the bridge between spirits and human, passed away at the ripe old age of 33. 33! The only time Kurkuk had even been early for anything. It became the duty of his friends, his teachers, and other prominent members to find a new avatar, reincarnated into the next nation of the element cycle. Earth, fire, air, water, and then earth again. An order as unchanging as the seasons. A process stretching back nearly 1,000 generations before Kurtuk. Kururik. I don't know why I keep calling him Kurtuk. It sounds like his name. It sounds like the R is silent in the center. And one that would hopefully continue for 1,000 more. I forgot to highlight. My bad. My bad. Is there a highlight button? Probably, but I don't want to risk it because I'm already having issues with this fucking slide mouse. Okay, there we go. I had to do it slowly. Except, this time, it wasn't working. Had been 7 years since Kurtuk. Death. 7 years of fruitless searching. Jinsu had pored over every available record from the four nations, going back hundreds of years. And the hunt for the Avatar had never faltered like this in the documented history. No one knew why, though revered elders traded guesses behind closed doors. The world was impure and had been abandoned by the spirits. The Earth Kingdom lacked cohesion. Oh my god, the amount of times I'm gonna. Oh, cohesion. Or maybe it was the water tribes and the poles that needed to unify. Let me just. The airbenders had to come down from their mountains and get their hands dirty instead of preaching. The debate went on and on. Huh, sounds like real world. Aw, I'm just looking at my cat. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Jinsu cared less about could care less about apportioning blame and more about the fact that he and Kingston had let down their friend again. The only serious decree of Kurtuk before he departed from the living was that his closest companions find the next avatar and do right by them. And so far, they failed spectacularly. Right now, there should have been a happy, burbling 7-year-old Earth avatar in care of their loving family, being watched over by a collection of the best, wisest blender of the world. A child in the midst of being prepared for the assumption of their duties at the age of 16. Instead, there was only a gaping void that grew more dangerous by the day. Jinsu and the others masters did their best to keep the missing avatar a secret, but it was no use. The cruel, the power-hungry, the lawless. People who normally had the most to fear from the avatar were starting to feel the scale shifting in their favor. Like sand sharks responding to the slightest vibration on pure instinct. They tested their limits, probed new grounds. Time was running out. Kingsong finished setting up when the noon gong struck. The sun was highly enough to melt snow off the roof. The dripping flow of the water patterned on the ground like a light rain. The silhouette of the villagers and their children queuing up for the test could be only seen outside through the paper screen windows. The air was full of excited chatter. No more waiting, Jinsu thought. This happens now. And this is where I gotta pause real quick, because I need to use the restroom. And going to pull this music back here, because this is the right cue. Alright, pause the music, and I'm gonna disappear to use the potty. So, I'll be back. Let's put a different music on, though. Let's see. Oh, that's not helping. Okay. Yeah, let's use that one.
I will free myself from you, yeah. myself on you, yeah. Oh, baby.
All alike. The devil's in the detail, and good inside. Oh, a holy crime.
I'm back. Hi. Whew. Oh, hold on. Yeah, my phone died. I'm just having not a great day. Alright. Apologies. And hold on, please hold that music as I try to figure out. Can I change the title of this? Rename. Okay. Trying to see what I can do to add a break screen in without fucking anything up. I might have to do that next time I do use OBS. Okay. There we go. Ah, shit. Alright. We get water. Because, oh my god, oh, much reading. So much reading. So much. Alright. Let's continue. After I drink some water. I keep forgetting that. Okay. Earth avatars were traditionally identified by directional geomancy, a series of rituals. Hold on, I keep forgetting to highlight. Series of rituals designed to winnow through the largest and most populous of the four nations as efficiently as possible. Each time a special set of bones trigrams was cast. Interpreted. Why do I have a hard time reading words? Interpreted by the earth-bending masters. Half the Earth Kingdom was ruled out as the location of the newborn avatar. Then from the remaining territories, another half, and then the other half again. The possible locations kept shrinking until the searchers were brought to the doorsteps of the of the Earth Avatar. Earth Avatar Child. It was a quick way to cover ground entirely fitting to the earthbending state of mind. A question of logic, simple to the point of being brutal. It normally worked on the first try. Jingsu had been part of the expedition sent by the Bones to a barren field, empty gem caverns below Bonfensei, a patch of sea-wong desert, so dry that not even the sandbenders bothered with it. Ling Bingfong had read the diagrams. King Burrow of Amashu gave it a shot. Nilo, I want to make sure I said that name correctly. Oh, Nelio, the gardener. Whoops. The gardener took her turn. The masters worked their way down through the earthbending heresy until Jinsu racked up his fair share of misses as well. His pleasure of Kurtuk brought him no special privileges when it comes down to the next avatar. Oh, come on, dictionary. I don't need you. I swear. This is really irking me. After the last attempt had placed him on a iceberg in the North Pole, with only turtle seals as potential candidates, Jingsu became open to radical suggestions. A drug in commiseration with Kingsong spawned a promising new idea. If the ways of the Earth Kingdom weren't working, why not try another nation's method? After all, wasn't the Avatar the only bender of all four elements in our races and of the entire world? That was why the two of them were wiping their noses with tradition and trying the air no bad way of fighting the Avatar. Yokoga would be a practice run, a safe place far from the turmoil of land and sea, where they could take notes in fixing problems. If Yokoga went smoothly, they could convince their elders to expand the test farther throughout the Earth Kingdom. Oh no! No, come back! No, come on! Why? Where was I? Okay, woof. I had no idea what happened there. Okay, right about here. Might have to reread the entire paragraph again, which is totally fine. I don't mind it. That was why the two of them were wiping the nose of the tradition and trying the air no bad way of fighting the Avatar. Yokoga would be a practice run. A safe place far from the turmoil of the land and sea where they could take notes and fix problems. If Yokoga went smoothly, they could convince their elders to expand the test further throughout the Earth Kingdom. The air nomad's method was simple, in theory. Out of the many toys laid out, only 4 belonged to the avatars of the eras gone by. Each 7-year-old child of the village would be brought in and presented with a dazzling array of playthings. The one who was drawn to the 4 special toys in remembrance of their past lives was the Avatar Reborn. As I try to... There we go. A process as elegant and harmonious as the airbenders themselves. In theory. In practice, it was chaos, pure and unhinged. It was a disaster like of which the foreign nations had never witnessed. Oh, excuse me. Oh, wait, whoa. I forgot about the music. Hold on. You know, I will play that once it's... You know what? I'll play it now. Jinsu hadn't thought of what might happen after the children who failed the test were told to leave their selections behind and make room for the next candidate. The tears, the wailing, the screaming. Trying to get toys away from the kids who had only moments before being promised they could have their pick. There was no force in existence stronger than a child's righteous fury at being robbed. The parents were worse. Maybe the air nomad caretakers handled the rejection of their young ones with grace and humility. But families in other nations weren't made up of monks and nuns. Especially in the Earth Kingdom, where all bets were off once it came to blood ties. Villagers whom he shared friendly greetings with in days leading up to the test became snarling canyon crawlers once they'd been told that their precious little Jay, or Mary, pretty sure that's not how you say her name, Mirai, was not in fact the most important child in the world, as they secretly known all along. And more than a few swore up and down that they see their offsprings play with invisible spirits, and been earth and air at the same time. Kason would push back gently. Are you sure your child wasn't earthbound during a normal blaze? Are you sure the baby wasn't simply playing? Some couldn't take the hint. Especially the village captain, as soon as they passed over their dollar. Oma? Sounds like Oma. Aoma? Okay, Aoma. Or something. She'd given them the look of utter contempt and demanding to see a higher ranking master. Sorry, lady. Jinx thought after Kingsung spent nearly 10 minutes talking her down. We can't all be special. Whoa, let me just scroll up. Why do this keep happening to me? There we go. For the last time, I'm not negotiating a salary with you. Jingsu shouted in the face of a particularly blunt farmer. Being the avatar is not a paid position. The stocky man shrugged. Sounds like a waste of time then. I take my child and go. Out of the corner of his eye, Jinsu caught Kingsung frankly waving his hands, making a cut sign at the neck. The little girl had wandered over to the whirly flying toy that had once entertained an ancient avatar and was staring at it intently. Huh. They weren't intending to get a genuine result today, but picking the first item correctly was already improbable. Too improbable. The risk of stopping now. Too improbable to risk stopping now. English, why? Okay. Jingsu said, this would have to come out of his own pocket. 50 silvers a year if she's the avatar. 65 silvers a year if she's the avatar, and 10 if she's not. Why would I pay you if she's not the avatar? Jinsu roared. Kingston coughed and thumped loudly on the floor. The girl had picked up a whirlgig and was eyeing the drum. 2 of the 4 correct. Out of thousands. Holy shoe. I mean, of course, Jinsu said quickly. Deal. They shook hands. It would be ironic, a prank worthy of Kurtak's sense of humor, to have his reincarnation be found as a result of a peasant's greed. A very last child and a lightning for test to boot. Jinsu nearly chuckled. Come on. Work with me. Hold on, I'm having difficulties highlighting. There we go. There we go. Now, now the girl had the drum in her arms as well. She walked over to the stuffed hog buggy. King Suk was beside himself with excitement, his neck threatening to burst, for the wooden beads were wrapped around it. Joseph felt lightheaded. Hope bashed against his ribcage, beginning to be let out after so many years trapped inside. Okay! The girl wound up her foot and stomped on the stuffed animal as hard as she could. Die! She screamed in her teeny little tibble. She ground it under her heel, and then she stitches audibly dripping. The light went out of Kisong's face. He looked like he witnessed a murder. 10 silvers, the farmer said. Get out, Jinsu snapped. Come on, Suzu. Suzu, I believe that's how you say it. Suzu? Suzu? Yeah, Suzu. Haha, I was right. Go me. The farmer called and let's get. After wrestling the other toy away from the butcher of a hog buggies, he scooped the girl up and walked out of the door. The whole escapee nothing but a business transaction. In doing so, he nearly bowled over another child who's been spying on them proceeding from the outside. Hey, Jinsu shouted. You forgot your other daughter. That one ain't mine, the farmer said as he thumped down the steps into the street. That one ain't anyone's. An orphan then? Jinsu hadn't spotted the unchaperoned girl around town in days before, but maybe he glossed over her, thinking she was too old to be a candidate. She was much, much taller than any of the other children's, who'd been brought in by their parents. As Jinsu walked over to examine what he missed, the girl quivered, threatening to flee. But her curiosity won over her fright. She remained where she was. Underfed. Jinsu thought with a frown as he looked over the girl's hollow cheeks and cracked lips. Definitely an orphan. He's seen hundreds of children like her in the inner province where outlaw Daife, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it, but let me double check with that. Okay, Google's speech kind of broke there. Daife ran unchecked. Her parents slain by whatever bandit group was ascending in the territory. She must have been wandering far into a relatively peaceable area of Yokohama. Upon hearing about the avatar test, the families of the village had dressed their eligible children in their finest garments as if it were a festival day. But this child was wearing a threadbare coat with elbows poking through the holes in the sleeves. Her oversized feet threatened to burst the straps of her 2 small sandals. None of the local farmers were feeding or clothing her. As I drink more water. Holy hell. I had not read like that in years. K-Song, who despite his fearsome appearance was always better with children, and joined them and stooped down. With a smile, he transformed from an intimidating orange mountain into a giant-sized version of a stuffed toys behind him. "Why, hello there," he said, putting an extra layer of friendliness into his booming rumble. "What's your name?" The girl took a long, guarded moment, seizing them up. "Kyoshi," she whispered. "Kyoshi," she whispered. Her eyebrows nodded as if revealing her name was a painful concussion. Whoop. K-Song took in her tattered state and avoided the subject of her parents for now. "Kyoshi, would you like a toy?" "Are you sure she isn't too old?" Jinsu said. "She's bigger than some of the teenagers." "Hush you," King-san said. He made a swooping gesture at the hall festooned with relics. "For Kyoshi's benefit." The unveiling of so many playthings at once had an enticing effect on most of the children. But Kyoshi didn't gasp or smile or move a muscle. Instead, she maintained eye contact with King-sung until he blinked. And ads. Hold on. Piss off, ads. Okay, read that part. Moving on. Oh, am I skipping? Oh no, it's just where the music is playing. Okay. As quick as a whip, she scrambled by him, snagged a object off the floor, and ran back to where she was standing, on the porch. She gauged Ki-sung and Jisoo for their response as she intently responded as intently as they watched her. Come on. Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on, then. Come on. That works for me anyway. Killsong glanced at Jinsu. Until they said at the clay turtle, Kyoshi clutched to her chest, one of the floor true relics. Not a single candidate had came anywhere near it today. They should have been excited for her as they've been for evil little Suzu, but Jinsu's heart was clouded with doubt. It was hard to believe that they'd be so lucky after that previous head fake. Good choice, K-sung said, but I got a surprise for you. You can have 4 whole toys to yourself. Wouldn't you like that? Jinsu sensed a shift in the girl's stance, a tremor in her foundation that was obvious for the wooden floorboards. Yes, would you? Yes, she would like 3 more toys very much. Which her wouldn't? But in her mind, the promise of more was dangerous. A lie designed to hurt her. If she loosened her grip on the single prize she held right now, she would end up with nothing. Punished for believing in the kindness of the stranger. Kyoshi shook her head. Her knuckles whitened around the clay turtle. It's okay, Kizan said. You don't have to put that down. That's the whole point. You can choose a different... Hey! The girl took a step back, then another, and then, before they could react, she sprinted down the hill with the one-of-a-kind, century-old avatar relic in her hands. Halfway along the street, she took a sharp turn like an experienced fugitive throwing off a pursuer, and disappeared in the space between 2 houses. Come on, let me just read this little paragraph up here real quick. Jinsu closed his eyelids against the sun. The light came through them in scarlet blots. He could feel his own pulse. His mind was somewhere else right now. Instead of Yokora, he stood in the center of the unnamed village deep in the interior of the Earth Kingdom. The nearly liberated by Shu Ping in the Yellownecks. In this waking dream, the stench of rotting flesh sloped through his clothes, and a cry of survivors haunted the wind. Next to him, an official messenger, who had been carried there by a pelican. A palanquin, whatever that is. A palanquin. Read from the scroll, spending a minute after minute, listening to the Earth Kingdom's honorifics. Oh my god, why can I not pronounce this? Honorifics, only to end by telling Jitsu that reinforcements from His Majesty's army would not be coming to help. He tried to shake free from the memory, but the past had set in jagged hooks into him. Now he sat at the negotiating table made of pure ice. And the other side was Turlok, Lord of the Fifth Nation Pirates. The elderly Corsair laughed his consummate laugh at the notion he might honor his grandfather's promise to lead the southern coastlines of the continent in peace. His conversions. Let me just make sure. His convulsions spattered blood and pilgrim over the according draft by Avatar Yingchen and her own holy hand, while his daughter lieutenant watched by his sides. Her soulless gaze bored into Jinsu like he was so much prey. In these times, and many others, he should have been at the right hand of the Avatar, the ultimate authority who could have been the world to their will. Instead, he was alone, facing down a great beast of the land and sea, their jaws closing in, encasing the kingdom in darkness. Kingston getting him back into prison with a bruising slap on the back. "Come on," he said. "With the way you look, people would think you just lost your nation's most important cultural artifact." The airbender's good humor and ability to take setbacks in stride was normally a great comfort to Jinsu, but right now he wanted to punch his friend in the stupid bearded face. He composed his own features. We need to go after her," he said. Hickson pursed his lips. Pressed his lips? Whatever. It would feel bad to take the relic away from a child who is so little. She can hang on to it. I go back to the temple and face Georgie's wrath alone. There's no need for you to include yourself. Jingsu didn't know what counted for a wrath among airbenders, but that wasn't the issue here. "You ruined the air nomad test to make a child happy?" he said incredulously. It found its way back to where it belongs. King Song looked around and paused. Then his smile faded, as this little blot of the town were a harsh dose of reality that was only now taking effect. Eventually, he sighed. "Maybe." Let me make sure this is not the chapter 1. If it is, then I've been reading wrong. Okay, I think this might be chapter 1. Okay. Kyoshi. Okay, let me pause right here again. I gotta put my controller on the charger. So here's another this.
But how can I hide you without an alibi? It's a lover's fight without an alibi. You took my innocence. I can't wait no longer. I'm playing with the monsters. Everything that brought me alive. But we're all like monsters, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a lover's fight without an alibi. You took my innocence without an alibi. Smoking gun, you got me on the run. We know there will come. We're out up till dawn. But how can I hide
Alright, I'm back.
without an alibi? It's a lover's fight without an alibi.
Alright, I'm back. Let's get a music. Let me make sure, let me do a research of intensely for the chapters in Kyoshi. Rise, oh, well, not Rose. Rise. Okay. Okay, not the prologue. That's, okay, chapter 1 was the test. Chapter 2. Okay, that makes way more sense. Chapter 2. 9 years later. Can you guys hear me? 9 years later? I'm not sure if my mic just died. To Kyoshi, it was very clear that this was a hostage situation. Silence was the key to making it through to the other side. Waiting with a complete, total passivity. The neutral Jing. Oh yeah, hold on, let me just play this. Kyoshi walked calmly down the path through the fallow field, ignoring the cover grass that leaned over and tickled her ankles, the sweat beading on her forehead that stung her eyes. She kept quiet, pretending that the 3 people who fallen beside her, like muggers in the alley, were a threat. So, I was telling the others my mom and dad think we had dredge. Oh my god, what's with these words I'm not used to? Dredge. The peak side. Canals. Earlier this year. Let me make sure this is still down. Yeah, it's still down. Oh, I think my mic just Oh, no, whoop, that's silence. There we go. Canals, earlier this year, Oman said, drawing out the mom and dad intentionally, dangling what Kyoshi lacked in front of her. She crooked her hands into the crowding bridge position where slamming her feet into the ground with a solid whoomp. One of the turrets collapsed in the last storm. Above them, floating high out of reach, was a last precious jar of pickled spice kelp that the entire village would see this year. The one that Kyoshi had been charged with delivering to Jinsu's mansion. The one that Oma had earthbent out of Kyoshi's hands. Was now promising to drop at any second. A large cave vessel bobbed up and down, slushing the brim against a wax paper seal. Kyoshi had stiffed a yelp every time the jar lurched against the limits of Amo's control. No noise. Wait it out. Don't give them anything to latch onto. Talking will only make it worse. She doesn't care. A precious servant girl doesn't give a lick about farming matters. She got her cushy job in that fancy house. She's too good to get her hands dirty. Oh lordy, man, I'm trying to talk like a fucking valley girl, but it's not working out. Won't step in the boat neither, Jay said in a low. Oh my god, what is up with these words I'm not used to seeing in books? In lieu of elaborating further, he spat on the ground, nearly missing Kyoshi's heel. Okay, ew. Oma never needed a reason to torment Kyoshi, but as for the others, a genuine resentment worked just fine. Oma never. It was true that Kyoshi spent her days under the roof of the powerful sage instead of breaking her nails against field stones. She'd certainly never risked the choppy waters of the Strait in a pursuit of a catch. But what Jay and Suzu conveniently neglect was that every plot of the arbor land near the village and every seaworthy boat down at the docks belonged to a family. Mothers and fathers, as Oma was so fondly of saying, passing along the trades to the daughters and sons in an unbroken line, which meant there was no room for an outsider to inherit any means to survive. If it hadn't been for Kaesong and Jingsu, Kyoshi would have starved in the streets right in front of everyone's noses. Let me turn this up a little bit. Not too loud, but loud enough. Hypocrites. Kyoshi pressed her tongue against the roof of her mouth as hard as she could. Today was not going to be the day. Someday? Maybe, but not today. Lay off her, Oma said, shifting her stance into a dividing bridge. I hear that being a serving girl is hard work. That is why we're helping with the deliveries. Isn't that right, Kyoshi? For empathy. I'm pretty sure that's what I said, but you can never be too careful. Emphasis. Let me just turn this down a little bit because the music's kind of overpowering my ears. For emphasis, she threaded the jar through a narrow gap in the branches of the overhanging tree. A reminder of who was in control here. Kyoshi shuddered as the vessel drove towards the ground like a hawk before swooping back up to safety. Just a little further, she thought, as the path took a sharp turn around the hillside. A few more silent, wordless steps until there, right at last, the Avatar's estate in all of its glory. Okay, cool. The mansion that Master Jinsu built to house the savior of the world was designed in the image of a miniature city. A high wall ran in a perfect square around the grounds, with a division in the middle to separate the aspid austere training grounds from the vivid living quarters. Each section had its own imposing, south-facing gatehouse that was larger than a yokai meeting hall. The massive iron-studded doors of the residential gate were flung open, offering a small window glimpsing of the elaborate topiary inside. A herd of placid goat dogs grazed over the lawn, not yawn, like cropping the grass to an even length. Let me just pull that down. Foreign elements had been carefully integrated in the design of the complex, which meant the gilded dragons chased carved polar orcas around the edge of the walls. The placement of the Earth Kingdom-style roof tiles cleverly matched the Air Nomad numerology principles. Authentic dyes and paints had been imported from around the world, assuring the colors of all four nations were on full, inequitable display. When Jisoo had brought the land, he explained to the villagers that Yokohama was an ideal spot to settle down and educate the Avatar. A quiet, safe place far from the outlawed, ravaged lands, deeper in the Earth Kingdom and close enough to both the Southern Air Temple, and Southern Water Tribe. The villagers had been happy enough to take his gold back then. But after the matter went up, they all grumbled that it was an eyesore, an alien creature that had sprouted overnight from the native soil. Okay, whew. Oh, man. Give me a moment. Oh, no, go back. Kyoshi was the most beautiful sight she could ever imagine. It was home. Behind her, Zuzu. I shall call her Zuzu now. That's her name, Zuzu. Branches sniffed in disdain. I don't know what our parents were thinking, selling these fields to a Ganjinese? Kyoshi lips went tight. Master Jinsu was indeed from the Ganjin tribe up north, but it was the way Zuzu had said it. Maybe they knew the land was as worthless and unproductive as their children. Kyoshi muttered under her breath. Damn. Damn. Yeah, go. Ooh. The others stopped walking and stared at her. Whoops. She said that a bit too loudly, hasn't she? Jay and Susie balled their fist. It dawned on them what they could do while Oma had Kyoshi helpless. It had been years since any of the villagers could get within arm's reach of her, but today was a special occasion, wasn't it? Maybe a few bruises and a remembrance of the old times. Kyoshi steeled herself for the first blow, raising on her toes in hope that she could at least keep her face out of the way fray, so Auntie Mew wouldn't notice. A few punches and kicks, and they leave her in peace. Really, it was her own fault for letting her mask slip. What do you think you're doing? A familiar voice snarled. Kyoshi grimps, and opened her eyes. Peace was no longer an option, because now Rengi was here. Let me make sure I got her name right, because it's really hard to pronounce. Yep, Rengi was here. Rengi must have seen them from afar and stalked across the entire great lawn unnoticed, or lain in an ambush for them all night, or dropped out of the tree like a webbed leopard. Kyoshi wouldn't have put any of those feats past the military-trained firebender. Whoop whoop whoop. Jay and Susie backed away, trying to swallow their hostile intent like children stuffing stolen candies into their mouths. It occurred to her to Kyoshi that it might have been the first time they had ever seen a member of the Fire Nation up close, let alone one as intimidating as Ragni. In her form-fitting armor that the color of an onyx and red blood. She could have been a vengeful spirit coming to cleanse the battlefield of the living. Oma rather impressively held her ground. The Avatar's bodyguard, she said with a faint smile. I thought you weren't supposed to leave his side. Ain't you slacking off? She glanced to the left and right. Or is he here somewhere? Rennie looked at Oma like she's a wad of foulness that Firebender had stepped in during the walkover. You're not authorized to these grounds, she said in her charted rasp. She pointed upward at the jar of kelp. Nor to lay your hands on the Avatar's property, or Acostus, his household staff, for that matter. Alright, I'm gonna pause right here again, because I gotta check on my female that's in heat. So, let's pause this. Play this.
Took my innocence. I can't wait no longer. I'm playing with the monsters. Everything that brought me alive. Going around like monsters, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a lover's fight without an alibi. Took my innocence without an alibi.
showing off. Don't wanna have to wait tonight. Wait tonight. Better off. I'm gonna find my way tonight. Wait tonight. Won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrow. Won't you talk to me? We'll make a new tomorrow. Won't you talk to me? What makes this happy? Showing off. Don't wanna have to wait tonight. Wait tonight. Better off. I'm gonna find my way tonight. Wait tonight. Won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrow. Won't you talk to me? We'll make a new tomorrow. Won't you talk to me? What makes this happy face to
I am back. Sorry that took so long. I was playing with my cat. Oh shit, I forgot I had a fucking pocket knife. Oh. Alright. Oh no, that's not what I meant to click on, you stupid thing. Alright, I gotta switch to the floor because I don't want to bend my charger. Because that would not make my day if I bend my charger. Alright. Give me one, I gotta find a chair. Move it. Move it. I believe you guys want to fuck that up. Carefully angle myself so I don't hit my other table. Alright. Oh shit. Alright, here we go. Let's play this. Make sure I'm still streaming. Alright, give me a moment. Type of mute. Place this right here. Alright. I read that part. So, let's move on to Alright. Please, cats, don't knock anything over on my table. For the love of God. Oh, my doggy's so sleepy. Anyway, Kyoshi knows she was personally landed a distant third in that list of considerations. Oma tried to play it cool. This container is enormous, she said, struggling to emphasize her still ongoing feat of elemental control. It would take 2 grown men to lift it without earthbending, and Kyoshi asked us to help her bring it inside the house, right? She gave Kyoshi a radiant smile. One that said tell on me, and I kill you. Yeesh. Okay, girly. Oh, hi there, Littlefoot. Yes, hi there, little baby. Kyoshi had seen that expression before countless times when they were younger. Whenever a helpless adult blundered into the two of them playing around town, Kyoshi badly scraped up an Oma with a rock in her hand. But today, she was off her game. Her normally flawless acting had a plaintive, genuine tone to it. Kyoshi suddenly understood what was going on. Oma really did want to help her with her delivery. She wanted to be invited inside the mansion and see the avatar up close, like Kyoshi got to every day. She was jealous. Whoops, that... A feeling akin to pity settled in Kyoshi's throat. It wasn't strong enough to hold Rengi back from doing her thing, though. The firebender stepped forward. Her fine jawline hardened. Her dark bronze eyes danced with aggression. The air around her body rippled like a living mirage, making the strands of her jet black hair that escaped her top knot float upward in the heat. She's about to go Super Saiyan, guys. Put the jar down, walk away, and don't come back, she said, unless you want to know what the ashes of your eyebrows smell like. Hey, leave my chips alone. Oma's expression crumbled. She blundered into a predator with much larger fangs. And like the adults of the village, no amount of charm and misdirection will work on Ragni. But that didn't mean a parting shot was out of the question. Sure, she said. Thought you'll never ask. With a fling of her hand, the jar rocketed straight up into the air, past the treetops. You better find someone who's authorized to catch that. She bolted down the path with Susie and Jay close behind. You little... Ragni made to go after them. Her fist reflectively cocked to serve a helping of a flaming pain. But she checked it herself. Fairy vengeance would have to wait. She shook her head and peered up at the rapid shrinking jar. Had thrown it really, really hard. No one could claim that girl wasn't talented. Ragni elbowed Kyoshi sharply in the side. Catch it, she said. Use earthbending and catch it. I can't, Kyoshi said, quivering with dismay. Her poor doom charge reached the apex of its flight. Auntie Mulu was going to be furious. A disaster of this magnitude might get back to Master Jinsu. Her pay would get cut, or she'd be fired outright. Ragni had given up on her. What do you mean you can't? The staff ledgers have listed you as an earthbender. Catch it! It's not that simple. Yes, Kyoshi was technically an bender, but Ragni didn't know about a little problem. Do the thing with your hands like she did. Ragni formed a dual claws of the crowding bridge as if the only missing component were a crude visual reminder by a blender who was a different element entirely. Okay, what the hell are you guys chewing? Hey, what are you chewing? Oh, excuse me. Whew. Where's my other water bottle? Right there. Look out! Kyoshi screamed. She threw herself over Ragni, shielding the smaller girl with her body from the plummeting missile. They fell to the ground, intertwined. No impact came. No deadly shards of cermonic or explosion of pickling liquid. Get off me, you oaf! Ragni muttered. She hammered her fist against Kyoshi's protective embrace, a bird beating in its wings against a cage. Kyoshi got to her knees and saw that her face and ears were nearly as red as her armor. She helped Ragni to her feet. The jar floated next to them, waist high above the ground. Under Oma's control, it had wavered and trembled, following her natural pattern of breathing and involuntary motions. But now it was completely still in the air, as if it had been placed on a sturdy iron pedestal. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That works for me. The pebbles in the dusty path trembled. They began to move and bounce in front of Kyoshi's feet, directed by an unseen power from below, like it had been scattered across the surface of a beating drum. They marched in seemingly random directions, little drunkenly, soldiers, until they came resting in a position, and into, oh my god. Slow down, me. Anyway. The best go get into their dance again, settling into words, much larger this time. Oh, wait, hold on. I read that a little too fast. They came into a formation that spelled a message. You're welcome. Kyoshi's head jerked up and squatted at the distant mansion. There's only one person she knew who could have answered this feat. The pebbles begin their dance again, settling to where it's much faster this time. This is Yoon, by the way. You know, Avatar Yoon. As if it could have been anyone else, Kyoshi couldn't spot where Yoon was watching them, but she could imagine the playful teasing smirk on his handsome face. As he performed yet another astounding act of bending, like it was no big deal, charming the rocks into complete submission. She'd never heard of anyone using Earth to communicate, legibly at a distance. Yoon was lucky he was an air nomad, or else that stunt would have gotten him a tattooed in acceleration for inventing a new technique. What are my 3 favorite ladies doing today? 3? Who the fuck is 3? Okay, anyway. Kyoshi giggled. Okay, so not perfectly legible. Oh, that makes sense. Sounds like fun. Wish I could join you. He knows we can't reply, right? Ernie said. Dumplings, please. Any kind but leek. Enough! Ernie shouted. We're distracting him from his training, and you're late for work. She swept away the pebbles with her foot, less concerned with the blazing new trails in the world of earthbending, and more with the maintaining the daily schedule. Kyoshi plucked the jar off the visible platform, and followed Ragni back to the mansion, stepping it slowly through the grass so that not to outpace her. If the household duties were all that mattered to the firebender, then that would be the end of it. Nothing more would need to be said. Instead, she could feel Ragni's silence, compacting into a denser form inside her slender frame, not form. They were halfway to the gate once it became too much to bear. It's pathetic, Ragni said without turning around. The only way she could manage her disgust with Kyoshi was by not looking at her. The way they stepped on you. You serve the Avatar. Have some dignity. Kyoshi smiled. I was trying to de-escalate the situation, she muttered. You were going to let them hate you. I saw it. And don't you dare try to claim you were doing a neutral jing or whatever earthbending hooey. Right on cue, Ragni had transformed from a professional guardian of the Avatar, right as he scorched the bones of the interlopers without flinching, into a teenage girl no older than Kyoshi, who's easily lost her temper at her friends, and was kind of a raging mother hen to a boot. And speaking of your earthbending, you were shown up by a peasant. Have you not mastered the basic by now? I see children in Yu Dao bend rocks bigger than that jar. Hey, baby boy. Hey there, little foot. Sorry, I got distracted by a kitten. That wants my attention. Yeah, hi, baby. She and Ragni were friends, despite what it looked like. Back when the mansion was under construction, while Kyoshi was learning her duties inside the skeleton of the unfinished house, it had taken her weeks to figure out that the imperious girl who acted like she was still in junior corps of the fire army only yelled at the people she let inside her shell. Everyone else was scum who didn't warrant the fact. That's fair. That's fair. I felt that. That's really fair. So the most efficient course of action would be to surprise the leader, Oma, was it? Alone somewhere? And then... hold on, I lost where I read. to do? Oh, right here. Alone somewhere, then destroy her so messily that it sends a message to the others not to bother you anymore. Are you listening to me? Kyoshi had missed a greater part of the battle plan. She'd been distracted by the collar of Ragni's armor, which had been muscled. Must in a fall. It needed to be straightened, so it covered the delicate skin of her neck once more. But her answer was the same regardless. Why resort to violence? She said, gently nudged the firebender in the small back with a jar. I have strong heroes like you to protect me. Ragni made a noise that sounded like she wanted to vomit. Alright. Give me a moment. This is actually where I would end stream. Because I read 2 chapters today without meaning to. So, you gotta hold on, my hold on. I'm gonna try to find someone who to raid. I got the OBS to work, thankfully. My god, thank god. I got it to work.
Awkward, isn't it? Most vapes contain seriously addictive levels of nicotine and disappointment.
Hold on, what the hell?
Know the real cost of vapes. Brought to you by the FDA.
Oh, what the? Okay, what? Okay, hold on. Why are you speaking?
The boy from Makapuyan couldn't hear what they were saying, but it was possible to read their body language at this distance.
Silence.
Judging.
Wow. That was odd. So it's possible that I've been reading aloud this entire time. What the effing hell? I am genuinely shocked. Like, excuse me. Oh wait, I'm in the other... Hold on, I'm in the other tab. There we go. Oh boy. Hold on, let me refresh this area real quick. There we go. My god. I don't really see anyone I could, oh, actually I do. I mean, I don't think she likes people raiding her. Well, you know, she's playing Destiny 2 as well. You know what? Yeah. Okay, no raid settings. Yep, I was right. Cries. Alright, let's try this person, because... I gotta make sure. There we go. I will see you guys
I like to do things dramatically.
whenever.
Can first source help me pay with a grand flourish? Here to help. Tap, swipe.
I'll probably stream again later, like the night, maybe. Try to stream a game.
Go wild with generative AI in Adobe
So
Photoshop. Create
please stay tuned for that.
imagined
And I see you
by
guys
typing
whenever.
text prompt,
Peace.
Like a jaguar. No, a jaguar on a spaceship. Yes, this changes everything. Try it now at Photoshop.com.